All right, guys. So I just ate 9 conies not too long ago. That's like the new record for me personally. In terms of the record I'm trying to beat is 12, which was beaten tonight by Richard. But that's not important. We're here to talk about Dear White People. It's something that happened on Netflix not too long ago. I'm sure that's why you're here. But specifically, we're here to talk about whether or not it's racist. You might be thinking, of course it's racist. Just listen to the title. Well, you'd be surprised. It's not that bad. I watched the movie. It's really interesting. Made me quite uncomfortable. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't a movie that was supposed to make you comfortable. It was supposed to like point fingers at what's wrong with like society, black people, white people, whoever. There's a lot of things that characters did wrong in this movie, and I wouldn't be siding with who I think was supposed to be our main character, which her name was Sam, I believe. I don't think we're supposed to be siding with her or anyone really. I feel like there is a happy medium of the type of person you wanted to be. You didn't want to be Sam, and you didn't want to be the the white kid. I really can't remember his name. All I know is that he was the son of the dean. Like that's, I think that's about as integral as he was to the story too. Like this is my amount of power. My name is not important, but um, I think the happy medium was the gay black kid. And what happened to him in the end of the movie was just really I was dumb. I didn't understand why that had to happen. I guess because ooh, we got to make our villain. I think our villain was really made though at the very end when the dean stopped our black guy that we thought was just racist and projecting onto his child, or at least it seemed that way until we finally figured out that the dean is not that great of a person himself. I feel like that's our real villain, honestly. But more importantly, back to our happy medium. Our gay black kid was like the voice of reason at all times. I feel like that is how any black person tries to act if they don't really fit in with what black culture would be. Like, if they don't really enjoy shitty rap music like every other black person does, if they don't think Kanye's latest album was the greatest thing to be on earth ever, just the best thing to be created, because it was absolute trash, and I don't know how anyone can listen to that music more than once. But like I'm not black enough to be black. That's my own reality. But then again, I'm not white enough to be white. Like I don't act like enough of a not black person, I guess, to fit in with white people. I don't know. Like I am just me. I'm interested in multi things. I'm a multifaceted person. I can't be just on the color of my skin, and that's why I can't get along with most black people because they think instantly just, hey, of course we're gonna get along. We're both black. We're comrades in arms or something. But no, we're people. We're all different. We you can't classify people based on their skin color, and that's why I think our happy medium and the person most people would identify with is our gay black kid. I really can't remember his name. That's really what he was to me. I can't remember anyone's name except for Sam. And I don't know if that's a bad thing on my part or the movie's part. That the only person's name I remember is Sam. It's kind of weird, isn't it? But yeah, that movie wasn't that bad. It was, I don't know, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Like, I can understand why I didn't get the rave reviews that the producer was probably hoping for. And I'm sure they try to chalk it up to something like, yeah, racism. But I think it's more just like people don't want to really think about things like this. Like, I'm not not gonna lie, I didn't want to. Kind of still don't, but it's a reality. Racism does exist, although it absolutely does not exist in the way that it was portrayed in that movie. That was just like, I don't know, it almost seemed kind of like a juxtaposition, but that's just me. Like, and there were a lot of things that were wrong about that movie. Like, I absolutely think so. Like, there were some things that people would get in a lot of trouble for, and there were like no type of repercussions. But I don't know. I guess I could just chalk that up to like, I don't know. I'm not really trying to defend this movie. Like, I just think that that personally is a bad thing that they really messed up on. And hopefully they'll try to refine it a little bit better for the show that's inevitably going to be made. But I think it kind of sucks that I got the backlash it got. Although I guess I'm also kind of happy it got the backlash it got. Because if it didn't get this backlash, that means that people, kind of like how in the movie when Sam sent out the email, because I guess if you didn't know, if you hadn't watched the movie, and in the movie you figure out that there's just like this party where all the white people were doing blackface and it was supposed to be super bad, and you figure out that Sam, the main character who thinks all white people are racist, that she sent out the email and she said that it's not that bad a thing because instead of people being like, hey, this is a terrible thing, people went out of their way to go make a blackface costume, to go attend the party, to go be cool, even though it might be seen as racist. And I think this is kind of like the opposite type of deal. How a lot of people went out of their way to cancel their Netflix subscriptions so they could seem noble when all they saw was a title and didn't really know what was going on. Like, they had the opposite maximum response to it. Like, the clear opposite reaction of what happened in the movie happened here. It's kind of interesting. Like, I want other people to know so very much that I am not a fan of this, even though I know very little about it, that I'm willing to go to these lengths to distance myself from it. Just because, fuck this, it's racism. Like, I want to be cool so bad and be known as not being racist, and I'm just going to do something reckless and cancel my Netflix subscription fee. But I mean, you can always get it back. I don't know why. Like, whatever. Like, they'll get their people back, or they'll go to Hulu, figure out its shit, and go back to Netflix. But it's whatever. I think it's ultimately fine. And the movie Dear White People is ultimately fine. I wouldn't watch it again, I don't think, unless I was really trying to analyze it. And I wouldn't do that unless someone asked me to. And I don't think anyone's going to ask me to. Like I said, it had a lot of flaws. Thought it was kind of interesting. I maybe laughed once at something, can't remember what. But I think the first half of the movie over the later half. Yeah, ultimately the first half of the movie is much better than the late half, because the late half is where some details kind of get minced and things start to happen willy-nilly, and those repercussions that we're talking about kind of just like go out the window, and you're kind of just like wondering like how is this going on a college campus? It makes no sense. But yeah, there's a lot of assertions from the director about this and that, and it's fine. But yeah, that's my long-winded thoughts on this phenomena that happened not too long ago that maybe one or two people are going to see. Hey, how you doing? And I hope you guys have a nice day. And I hope that I don't shit myself in my sleep after eating 9 of these motherfucking cheese conies from Skyline. Fucking Cincinnati and your shitty ass conies. Damn you.